by using umask value, the permissions will be changed. See the umask value 0022. Okay, by default it is 0022. So with the help of this, the values, the permissions of the file will be changed. Here, actually, by using letters GUO and by using the modes, read, write, execute modes, we have changed the permissions till now. So we can modify the permissions with the help of octal numbers. We can modify the permissions with the help of octal numbers. The help of octal numbers. See, observe here, the octal numbers which are given like this. For example, 0 means no permission, actually no permission, but let us take first of all read, write and execute permissions. Read means the octal value 4. Read means the octal value is 4. Write means the octal value 2. Execute means the octal value is 1. So these are all based on, the permissions are based on these octal numbers. See, for example, the value is 0. That time, no permission. If the value is 1, now you tell me, 1 means executable permission. Already we can see that. 2 means only write permission. Here 3 means you can see the combination. Here 1 plus 2, 3 here we will get. Means write and no read permission. We are having only write and execute permissions. And 4 means already total value we are having, that is read permission. Next 5 means what? See the combinations, read and execute. So we are having read and execute. 6, just see the 6, the combinations, read and write permission. 7 means total, the count here we are getting of read, write and execute. Read, write and execute. So total 7 we are getting. Is it okay? So if the number is 7, either owner or group or other, they're having the full permissions. They're having the full permissions. For example, here with the help of 3 positions, the permissions will be decided with the help of octal numbers. For example, 777. Here, which means first 7 will be represented with that is for the owner permissions, next group permissions, next others permissions. Here u is equal to 7, the owner value, that is 7, which means what? He is having read, write and execute permissions. Read means 4, write means 2, execute means 1. Total 7 he is having. So likewise, group people also, G is equal to 7, which means what? So read, write and execute permission. Say, as it is others also having 7, which means read, write and execute, full permissions we have. Okay, so if the number is 7, that person is having the full permissions. For example, if the number is 6, 755. I'm having 755. What does it mean? 755. What does it mean? 7, these are the permissions of owner, and 5 group, and others also 5. So now you tell me the meaning. U is equal to 7 we are having. 7 means total read, write and execute. Read 4, write 2, execute 1. Total 7. Then group people. Group people, the octal number is 5. 5 means, Jishnu, tell me the combination. Here G is equal to 5, which means what? Jishnu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. 5 means what?
Sir?
5 means what here? 7 means read, write and execute.
Yes, sir. 5 means read, execute.
Yeah, very good. Read, no write, only execute.
No, right, sir. Only execute.
Next others 5. So which means again
read, no write, execute.
no write and execute. Okay. So here previously we have seen the umask value. Umask value they have given 0022. They have given. Okay, we have seen that. Based on this umask value, so we will have the permissions. So if it is a file, we will be having the default permissions. If it is a file, the default permissions for a file, if this is the umask value, 644. Okay. If it is a directory, the default permissions are 755. Means based on these digits only we are taking. So 022 are the permission umask value. Based on this umask value, the default file permissions will be decided. So the default file permissions are 644 and default directory permissions are 755. Okay, here which means what? Here file is having these are the permissions. Now you can tell me. User is equal to 6. So 6 means what? Read and write permission. No execute permission. Next group. Group value it is 4 here. Which means what? Only read permission. No write and execute permission. Next others. Others also that is 4. Which means only read permissions. No execute write and write permission. Here for a directory, the default permissions are these. So 755 already here we have written. So like that same as it is, the values will be taken. So here, why this directory is having the executable permission? So here every time it will be having executable permission. You can see U is equal to 7, which means read, write and execute. And for group people also, it is 5, which means read, no write and execute. And others is equal to 5, which means read, no write, execute. So why we are giving the executable permission? Why the system is giving the executable permission for group and others means it is nothing but execute means opening a directory. Opening a directory is nothing but executing that directory. So that's why by default that is giving executable permission for the directory. Okay, so let us see the permissions. 644 I told you. 644 means so the values I have given. Let me create the default file. touch. I'm creating a file. Touch some some modes dot c. It is the file I'm creating. Let us check the default permissions of a file. ls-l touch modes is the file. Now you see here the file permissions. Here read plus write 6. Here we are having only read 4. Here also we are having only read, which means 4. The default file permissions are what? 644. Okay. So now we got that. Next, we are having directory also. mkdir. I'm creating a directory, which is some bbrit, for example. I'm creating a directory. Let us check the directory ls-l bbrit. Sorry. File it is not displaying. Taking dig because it is a directory. So now you check here. First position, that is, it shows the type of the file, that is a directory. Okay. Next we are having read, write and execute, which means 4 to 1 total 7 we are getting. 4 to 1 7. And next we are having read and execute 4 plus 1 5. And here also read and execute 4 plus 1 5, which means the directory default permissions, which are 755. That's right, which are 755. Okay. By using these octal values also, we can change the mode of the file or permissions of the file. Okay. Here I am having, for a directory, I am having read, write and execute permissions for the owner, and read and execute permission for the group, read and execute permission for the others. Now by using octal numbers, I wanted to change the permissions. Like here I wanted to add write permission for group and write permission for others also. So that time I can give chmod, observe here, 777, and I'm giving the file or directory name bbrit. Now you check here. So first 7 means full permissions. 7 means full permissions for the owner. Here also 7 means full permission for the group, and 7 means full permissions for the others. Okay. Then you can execute, you can list out ld bbrit. You can check here total full permission for the owner and group and others. So by using octal numbers also, we can change the permission. Now for example, I wanted to give read and write permission for the, I wanted to give or remove the permissions for the group and others. No permissions for the group and others. No permission means 0. So here I can give like this, chmod 700 bbrit. What will happen? So 7 means full permissions, 0 means no permission for the group and no permission for the others. So you can check it ls-ld bbrit. See, no permission for the group and no permissions for the others. Okay. Like this we can change the permissions of the file by using octal numbers. Here internally what will happen, the exclusive OR operation will be performed. Okay, exclusive OR operation will be performed. Each the octal number will be converted into a binary number, and with those binary numbers, so the with the help of this umask value, the exclusive OR operation will be performed, and finally the permissions will be changed. Exclusive OR operations. So here the umask value we know. Umask value how much? 0022. So here umask value, take the last three digits only. 022 actually will be taken. Here then 2 and these two numbers will be converted into binary numbers. Binary numbers means zeros and ones. These two positions will be converted, and this one also will be converted into binary number. Afterwards, for example, here I am giving some operation like changing the permissions to some 644 like that, or 655 like that. I am changing the permission. So what will happen, and 6 also will be converted into a binary number, that is zeros and ones. 5 also will be converted into binary number. This 5 also will be converted into binary. Okay. So here from this this will be like subtracted, like that we'll think. Actually, for these two, the exclusive OR operation will be performed. Exclusive OR operation will be performed. So the final result, the permissions will be decided. So like that, the permissions of the files will be decided. By default, Y644 for the files and Y755 for the files. Okay, that is based on this umask value. If it is a file, while performing exclusive OR operation, that will take 666, and by using this 666, so it will perform, and final result will be that. And if it is a directory, by default that will take 777, and from that 777, by using this umask value, exclusive OR operation will be performed between these two, and the finally 755 will get. Okay, by using these values only. If it is a file, that will take this, and default permissions will be this one. If it is a directory we are creating, that will take the help of this 777, and finally create the default permissions 755. Now I will ask you a question. Jishnu, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
If the umask value is 002, if the umask value is 002,
Yes, sir.
okay, so what are the default permissions of file?
No idea, sir.
Here the umask value is 022. That's why we got 644.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here now I am taking the umask value 002.
Okay.
Now what are the default permissions?
664.
664. That's it. Very good. Now what are the directory permissions by default? If the umask value is this one.
Directory, sir.
Yeah, directory permissions.
Yes.
Here if it is 022, we got 755.
66. Okay.
Now you tell me.
755. 775.
Yeah, very good. 775. Just remember this. Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good. You got it. So this is the way we can change the file permissions with the help of octal values, octal numbers. If we go through into the binary values and all, and it will be somewhat difficult to you. When the time comes, I'll teach you how to convert this into a binary number and this into a binary number. While teaching the C programming, we can understand. So after converting it into binary number, and this also will be converted into binary, this also and this one. Here afterwards we'll perform the exclusive OR operation. Actually, we may think that we are subtracting here. That is not the actual meaning behind. So there will be exclusive OR operation will be performed. So finally, I will ask a question. -LD. Here we are having no duality modes and actually modes and okay. For this, with the help of the octal values, you have to change the permissions. I wanted to get read write executable for user or owner, read write for group, only read for others. Understood? Read write executable permission for owner, read write for group, only read for others. Now you have to tell me the permissions. Read write execute I am talking means total full 7. Okay. Next, for group read and write permissions. What is the value? Read and write permission. Jishnu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For the group, only read and write permissions.
For the group, sir.
Uh,
Only read and write,
uh,
CH, I mean,
read write number, octal value. Combination
octal
of
value.
read and write. Read 4, write 2. How much?
42.
Not multiplication. Total.
8.
4 plus 2. 6.
6.
6 means for the group we are giving read and write permission. For
Yes, sir.
others, I wanted to give only read permission. How much?
Only
4.
read, sir. 4.
So now here we are deciding, we are giving the permissions read write execute for owner and read write for group, only read for others. So which file? modes.c file. Now you check the permissions ls-l modes. Now you check it. Read write execute for owner, read write for group, no write execute permission, only read permission for others. That's what we have mentioned. Yeah. So this is the way of changing the file permissions with the help of octal numbers. Okay. So it's about the file permissions. You may get some questions upon these file modes. Already I have asked you. Just you practice all this. Okay. Now let us go with a few more commands. We have many commands like uh, process utilities. Utilities means commands. Network utilities means here also we'll be having the commands. Next, backup utilities. Okay, so these are the commands you are having actually. Basic commands you have to know. Process utilities, network utilities, backup utilities. Next, we are having text processing utilities. Text processing. Here we'll be having filters like advanced filters and simple filters and advanced filters. So this class is there maybe after C programming. You have that class in your syllabus about the advanced commands or advanced filters concept is there. Here advanced filters or commands means grep, sed, awk. Three commands will be there, which are very powerful commands and useful powerful commands to process the text in a file. Okay. So here the minimum commands you will be having in this process network. Very few commands I will show to you for you. Here I will give you the process commands are like PS. So in this we will be having the options. The networking commands are like here in the process commands we can add some job related commands also, somewhat advanced commands, and at job, cron job. So those will comes under actually backup utilities. At jobs and cron jobs, cron tab. So some commands will be there here. Next, network commands means many commands are there to know the statistics of the network. And next, if config, we are having if config. Next, ping, whether the network is pinging or not. Many dig command, many commands are there here about the network utilities. Then backup utilities means is simply taking the backup like tar command, very useful command to take the backups. Tar command and cpio command. Here we can make use of like zip command. Zip also will be used. Tar, zip, zip. Then these are very useful commands. And one more concept we are having disk utilities. Disk, the disk utilities or nothing is there. DF and DU. Disk free and disk usage. Disk dump is there, but it won't work here. We should have array of disks. Then only this disk dump will be worked. And, okay, these are the list of commands. Minimum commands you must remember. You must remember. I list out how these are working. The process utilities. Let me check the processes. In the current shell, this is the shell. What are the process which are running here? What is the previously executed command? That is PS. So that will be in running. That will be in running. So already executed, that's what it is showing. For example, if we are copying a file, that is taking some 10 minutes of time. Okay, the copying a file. So that time, if we check any jobs are there, jobs that will list out. A file copying is taking place. So like that, it will show us. Okay. And at jobs and cron job, that is a different concept, some more advanced concept at jobs and cron jobs. So if it is needed, I'll tell you. Actually, you got a question about cron jobs in your exam. We are having many fields there. I'll tell about the fields and all. Basic commands I am telling you. If any processor which are running, if you use the jobs command, that will list out. For example, copying and moving. If it is taking much time, so such process will be listed out here. Okay. Next process, system process also we are having -ps -el. you can see what are the system process which are running. So process means the services which are running will be shown, will be listed out. PS-EL. Okay. So these are the minimum things about the process. And about the network, networking related commands, we are having if config. Remember, if config. So it will give us the IP address of your system and the networking related. Here I am having 192.168.1.9 is my IP address. Here I have connected to my Wi-Fi. So it has given one ID IP address. IP means what? Internet protocol. Internet protocol. Your friend has means your senior has written what the definitions for IP, then different options DHCP. Here IP means internet protocol. You have to explain. You need to give the definition for that. IP address means internet protocol address. It is nothing but an ID or address given for a system in the network. Okay, we can call it as an end system or clients, whatever the systems which are connected in the network. For each and every system, there will be an address. So that address is nothing but IP address for the identification of that particular node or system. So such explanation we have to give. So by using if config hyphen a, the full details will be given. There is no much difference. By default we get. Okay. And we are having the command called ping. Ping means pinging whether a network, for example, a domain which is connecting or not. For example, I'm having google.com. I'm in the network, internet, whether it is pinging or not. Yeah, it is pinging. Do you know google.com, that IP address we can see here, their server IP. But that will be changed. If the IP address knows, the hackers will hack that server. So dynamically, it will be changed as well. Control C to escape. That is the IP address of the Google. You can ping like this. Ping can give the IP address also. 142.250.777.142. Okay. Yeah, it is pinging. That is Google's server. Okay. You can type ping means whether my network is connecting with Google or not. To check that, facebook.com can check. Yeah, it is running. I'm able to connect with that server. So if you get login, then we can. So directly we won't get connected, but with the user ID and password only we connect. With that server, whether that server is reaching or not. That's what we are checking. Next, network statistics. It will be shown us what are the network statistics. Yeah, active internet connection we are having. So such informations will be shown us. Next, we are having many useful commands. Now it is okay about this minimum basic commands. If they ask you what are the networking commands, if config, then network statistics, dig command is there, ping command is there. For the networking purpose, many commands are there. Many commands are there. Based on the need, we will switch out and we use them. We use them. Okay. Next, we are having disk utilities. Disk utilities are DU. Disk usage we can see. DU hyphen in the human readable format and including the human readable format that will give us. Observe here which file using how much means size, what's the content, no sorry, what's the size of the file. These are the hidden files. It is not showing us by default. Yeah, D2, D4. Here some files are there. 4 KB only they are using. Then here we are having some more files. Jishnu dir1, dir2. Observe here it is occupying 12 KB. 12 KB. Total our directory, my current directory size is 9.5. My home directory that had 9.5 MB, my total size or file size. If you want to know for a specific file, for example, disk usage in the human readable format for sub.cpp. Actually, no content is there in sub.cpp. That's why it is showing 0. So if you want to know disk usage, like for add 2.c, you can check it. Okay, these are the permissions. Sorry, these are the so this is about the disk usage. How much size of a file we can check like this. And next we are having disk free. Disk free also we are having. So here disk free DF. So how much size we are occupied, the percentage will be shown us. Percentage, by knowing that percentage, we can see how much is free. So that also we can see here. So the directories, actually main directories, the mounted directories will be shown us here. Device related information, is system purpose it is using, and root directory. Slash means the total root directory, 27% of memory it is using. So the boot file that is using 55% of size remaining. This much percentage is occupied. Here these are the blocks. Blocks means how many, the starting block actually 1 KB, the blocks starting of that block means the memory will be divided into blocks. For each block there will be an address. So the starting address of the each file that is occupying some memory, number of blocks. So that first block ID it is listing out. Okay, such information also. Number of blocks it is using, number of blocks it is using. Such information we will. So these are the some information related to the blocks only. available blocks which are not occupied. So these available blocks IDs also we can give while uh, mounting or giving to a particular directory. అంటే మౌంట్ పాయింట్స్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటుంది. దాంట్లో మనం ఏ బ్లాక్స్ నుంచి మనం మెమరీ ఆక్యుపై చేయాలనేది కూడా మెన్షన్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఛాన్సెస్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద process utilities and network utilities and disk utilities. So these are the basic, just simple commands. We just simply we list out. We'll know the some description and the usage of them. And we are having backup utilities, which are very useful. Tomorrow we can go with the backup utilities. Enough for today.